It's a pleasure to be here this evening to welcome two countries to the Nuclear Energy Agency. We're going to have a very brief ceremony this evening to welcome Argentina and Romania into the NEA family. We're particularly honored with the presence of the Prime Minister of Romania, who's joined us today, and with also the presence of the OECD Secretary General, Angel Gurria, who will also initiate the proceedings with a short speech. Secretary General.
Prime Minister, Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to celebrate the for the cameras, yes. Sorry about that. Well, I'm delighted to celebrate the accession of Argentina and Romania to the Nuclear Energy Agency. Congratulations to those who made this historical step possible, including the ministers, the ambassadors gathered here, the political will of the Prime Minister, and also all the NEA team led by Bill Magwood. Today is a milestone not only for Argentina, Romania, and the whole NEA family, but also for the OECD. It's a fruit of our constant efforts to make this organization more global, more inclusive. Argentina and Romania are amongst our most engaged partners and have both requested membership to the OECD. Actually, we are going to be discussing in the next few days, in the next weeks, precisely with the members being presented with the information and the commitment of both Argentina and Romania to become members not only of the governments but also of the whole of the society of these two countries to become members of the OECD. This accession to the NEA acknowledges the two countries' significant efforts to implement the highest standards in their nuclear energy policies and programs. It reflects your impressive research capacities and human capital. It recognizes that you share the values of NEA membership, responding to growing energy needs while ensuring security and safety and addressing climate change. Argentina is working on many fronts to improve the quality of life of its people by strengthening its institutions and international cooperation. Today, Argentina obtains about 10% of its electricity from nuclear and is expanding capacity to ensure people have clean, environmentally sustainable energy. The country's strong nuclear science and technical expertise developed over many years will contribute substantially to the work of the NEA. So will Romania. So, well, you get the foreign minister here, we get the Argentinians come and join us right now in front of the flag of Argentina. There you are. Now, okay. So we're gonna go and do the signings first with Romania and then with Argentina. So will Romania. PM built on the success of its historic transition from a centrally planned to a market economy. The opening up of investment in energy has played an important role in this achievement. Romania brings to the table excellent research and technology capabilities. So congratulations to you both. Ceremonies like this one mark the end of a process, but also they celebrate a new beginning. As the NEA grows, all members stand to gain from expert dialogue on nuclear technology, safety, stakeholder involvement, and from the sharing of nuclear data and continuous benchmarking through the NEA committees and working groups. So, Madame, Monsieur, welcome to the NEA family.
Thank you, Secretary General, for your remarks. I'm very proud to be here as Director General of the NEA to welcome Romania as a member of our agency. This process really began about 2 years ago when I visited Romania for the first time and learned about the tremendous technical capabilities in nuclear energy that that country possesses. Upon having those conversations, we began to think about Romania as a potential new member of the NEA. Just last October, our Nuclear Energy Steering Committee under the NEA proceeded to approve our efforts to proceed with the accession process. We sent a fact-finding mission to Romania earlier this year, completed the report, and reported back to the steering committee, which then recommended to the OECD Council that Romania should be a member of the NEA. Today, we complete that formal process with an exchange of letters between the OECD Secretary General and the Prime Minister of Romania. I'm very proud to be here to initiate this process, and I will now turn the floor over to the Prime Minister for a few remarks.
Thank you. Dear Secretary General Guria, dear Director General Megwood, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I'm very pleased to be here today to accept, on behalf of Romania, the invitation to become the 33rd member of the Nuclear Energy Agency. This is an important moment for the government of Romania, and I would like to thank Secretary General Guria, the Director General of the Nuclear Energy Agency, and the member states for the excellent cooperation. At the same time, let me thank the Romanian team that had worked very hard. I also want to congratulate Argentina for their success. Our accession demonstrates the relevance of the Romanian nuclear program, its technological and industrial added value, and, above all, its safety standards. Becoming a member of the Nuclear Energy Agency is a relevant step forward for the nuclear sector in Romania because it will grant access to best practices, statistics and research, and will ensure a consistent input for the government's decisions on nuclear energy. It will also make us more resilient to the asymmetric challenges we face today in the areas of energy and climate. At the same time, our accession is an opportunity for the Romanian experts to join the elite network of international experts from countries that share the highest nuclear standards. Finally, this is also a success for Romania in advancing the cooperation with the OECD. We know that the future enlargement process of this organization is being discussed and will be a part of the debates to take place tomorrow. My government strongly believes that Romania is fully prepared to start accession talks with the OECD based on its merit and economic results. We are looking forward and we are optimistic that a decision in this regard will be adopted soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. I now invite the Prime Minister and the Secretary General to proceed with the exchange of letters. The Secretary General will hand over his letter of invitation to Romania to become a member of the NEA and its data bank. And the Prime Minister will hand over Romania's acceptance letter.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now Argentina, yes. Well, the process with Argentina, for me, began more than 20 years ago when my first visit to Argentina. When I was a member of the U.S. government's Department of Energy, I visited Argentina on a bilateral mission and discovered that Argentina is not only a user of nuclear technology, but is an originator of nuclear technology. In our most recent mission to Argentina, we had a good discussion about technologies such as research reactors, one of which is being used in Australia today to produce medical isotopes, and the possibility of building small reactors of Argentine design. Argentina is an excellent example of a country that will be a tremendous member of the NEA, providing mutual benefit to our members in many areas. I invite Ms. Susan Mallorca, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Worship, to make a few remarks.
Thank you, DG, Secretary General, Director General, Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends. It's a real pleasure to be here today when we will exchange the letters accepting the invitation to join NEA. And I will leave to my colleague Aranguren to talk about the specifics on the technical side, but I would like to say a little bit more on the political side. These moments are challenging on the use of nuclear energy for civil purposes, for civilian purposes. Argentina is one of the first countries to engage and sign the Tlatelolco Agreement. We reversed our program to make it fully compliant with the use for civilian purposes. You just described, DG, the many things our team does, and some of them are here represented. We have made this story a success, and we feel that we need to emphasize the aspects related to the use of this technology only for civilian purposes, because it can help in many of our challenges. Climate change has been mentioned, is one of them, but most importantly, it will continue our commitment to not engage in any use of nuclear technology for military purposes. I think in this day and age, more than ever before, we need to remind ourselves of those principles. NEA is not only a technical body, it's a body where we can and should continue to advocate for nuclear being a great technology if used for the right purposes. So thanks again for the opportunity, and thanks to the colleagues, thanks Juanjo, and to the colleagues who are at the forefront of the technology in Argentina. We will make this access a great story for our use and as a contribution to the other members of the NEA. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to thank first Secretary Gurria for having us or receiving us this week. I would also like to thank William Magwood, Director General of the Nuclear Energy Agency, for his leadership, and on him to the 31 member countries for accepting Argentina be part of the Nuclear Energy Agency. After so many years of isolation, Argentina is now back to the global community, and I think that this has been also a consequence of the effort in the last year and a half of my colleague from the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and I would like to thank Susana for all the efforts in the last year and a half conducting your ministry. Being part of the nuclear energy will oblige us to raise our already high transparency level and safety and security standards, but on the other side, it would be an ideal platform to certificate the local developments, the soundness of our technology, and as I said, the already high security and safety standards that would allow us not only to continue operating safely and in a Pacific way our nuclear reactors, but also to develop a very good business model for exports to the rest of the world, our technology. For that reason, I would like to thank you again, mentioning that we are highly committed to be member of this team, and our contribution and lessons that will be learned will be part of the outcome that we are hearing, awaiting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. I now invite the ministers and the Secretary General to proceed with the exchange of letters. Again, the Secretary General will hand over his letter of invitation to Argentina to become a member of the NEA and its data bank, and Ministers Molucca and Lugrin will hand over Argentina's acceptance letter signed by both ministers. My congratulations to both Argentina and Romania, and my deep thanks to the staffs of both countries to make this succession process work so quickly and so effectively. The NEA is extremely honored to welcome you as member countries. For Argentina, membership will begin on 1st of September of 2017 officially, and for Romania, as of 15 October of 2017. We look forward to working closely with both countries and are confident that the work of our agency will become even more relevant and more effective with your membership. Now, at this point, I'd like to invite the Prime Minister and the ministers from Argentina and their delegations to join us for a final group photo with the Secretary General. Okay.